Hi, I'm not really a professor at Belmont Abbey, but I enjoy playing one sometimes on the Abbey Attic. Hi, I'm Christine Downing, also known as Christie Graziano, class of 1990. I'm standing here in a classroom in Stowe Hall. Now, I love history. Today, I'm talking with someone who loves history even more than I do, Professor Emeritus Dr. Murray. He spent a 50-year career at Belmont Abbey College teaching, and you know what? He misses it. So he and I spent some time together looking at some really old pieces of paper. In fact, one of them's from one of the most powerful men in the world in his time. Let's go take a look. Hi, so here today with Professor Emeritus Dr. Murray to discuss one of the earliest signatures that we have in our special collections, Belmont Abbey Library's rare book collection. This is from the 16th century, and Dr. Murray, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about Charles V's signature here.
Well, those who have studied history at all know of the name Charles V very well. He was 16 years old when he became to hold his first crown. He was born in Ghent in the Netherlands in 1500, and he ruled until 1556, until he retired for 2 years and went to a monastery, and he died at 58 years of age as a real old man worn out. He was the most powerful ruler up to his time, and there has never been a more powerful ruler in Europe since his time. He held 7 different crowns.
Wow.
He was Holy Roman Emperor, he was King of Spain, he was Archduke of Austria, he was Prince of the Belgian Netherlands, and he was the King of Sardinia and Naples and Sicily. Holding all of those crowns, and really all practically in Western Europe. He was constantly involved in war. He was a deeply religious man, and the painting that you see here, or the mezzotint that you see here, is after the painting in the Uffizi. If you've been to the Uffizi, you've seen Titian's painting of him. When he painted Titian and posed for the painting that this came after, this was done after, Titian dropped a paintbrush, and Charles V went and picked it up and handed it to him, and Titian just about fainted. The Holy Roman Emperor, the most powerful man in the world,
to pick up his paintbrush for him.
Would ever really do such a thing. Well, what happened was, you have the painting of Titian, then you have between him and you have Van Dyck, and finally this mezzotint was done, after that Titian and the Van Dyck. This, by the way, was a special form of art in England in the 18th century.
It's an early mezzotint, an early print process.
I don't have to tell you that I found that very nicely when I was visiting Boston in a small antique shop called Hyacinth's, and I got to know the gal that owned the place, and I found this in a corner with all dust on. She had no idea of what it was, and I said I knew what it was immediately. She said, "Would you like to have it?" I said, "Yes, how much do you want for it?" She said, "$90. So I bought it.
It's lovely and very well preserved.
Later on, I acquired this document of Charles V. And in this
tell us about that, Dr. Murray. How did you come upon...
Well, as a person that's into autographs, and although I've specialized in presidential autographs and First Lady autographs, you pick autographs of many other people. I have an autograph of the current Pope, Pope Francis. I have Mother Teresa's autograph and the pencil she signed it with, which is a relic, since she held the...
If she touched it, sure.
Since she held the pencil. And when I saw this advertised in a journal, I thought, my heavens, here's Charles V. I can't believe it. And it was up for auction. So I decided I'm going to try to make a bid for this, and lo and behold,
You won.
the bid succeeded, and I got the document.
And how long ago is that?
Oh my Lord, that is, I'm going to say 20 years ago or more, you know.
Great.
And when I got it, of course, it's in Latin, and I do not know Latin. I know
Fortunately, we have monks at Belmont Abbey that do.
So I was helped out by none other than Abbot Placid with this document. Abbot Placid agreed to translate it, and he translated it, and I thought it was very interesting. I mean, his eyes, I think, bulged a little when he saw this, that it was Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor of all things. And he said, Frank, when I was working on your document translating it, you can be sure I kept it safe away from everybody because I put it in the Abbey safe, which I thought was rather interesting.
Well, clearly he prized
And what
it.
this really says, if I may just use modern English, is simply this. It's a priest that has done something for the Holy Roman Emperor. So he's performed some service. And what he's doing is requesting payment. So this is a request for payment of services that were rendered to the crown. And of course, when I got that, I thought, well, the natural thing to do is try to wed this with the mezzotint I have of Charles V. There's a lot of symbolism in this mezzotint. I mean, the cockle shells, that's the House of Habsburg, of course, of which he was, you know. And
You've got the bird
Right, yeah.
carrying, is it an olive
yeah,
branch?
yeah.
You've got the ship at sea.
there
There
you go.
certainly
Yeah.
is tremendous
So,
symbolism in here. And
and-
did you mount it like this with the linen
Well,
matting?
as you might know, over the course of time, since I've had a lot of signatures and had them framed, I had one of my framers do this specially, and because I told him
It's lovely.
how important it was. And from my standpoint, of all of the works that I contributed to the Abbey, or that have been in my possession, I think this is the prize of all of them because of of who it represents
Well,
and what
huge
it represents.
historical import.
Yes.
We have a signature of one of the most powerful men in the world, or arguably the most powerful man in the world at the time
Yeah.
that he was living. So the Belmont Abbey Library houses our special collections, the Murray signature, presidential signature collection, as well as a number of treasures like these. But I think one of the treasures that Belmont Abbey has is sitting right here next to me. Thank you, Dr. Murray.
I'm very glad to speak with you, and thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure. That was so amazing to talk to Dr. Murray. Clearly, Dr. Murray loves still talking about history, and I have a feeling we're going to be talking to Dr. Murray some more. I was amazed to learn just how much is contained right here at the Abbey. If you have something that you think is historic, or even not historic but interesting, we'd love to hear about it at the Abbey Attic. Class dismissed.